Many of us have surely heard news about secret societies that control the course of the global system, or other societies that possess power, authority, and wealth far beyond what anyone could imagine. There are many rumors that emerge about every society that surrounds itself with an aura of secrecy and mystery. With the conflicting information about these societies, we often find ourselves confused about what to believe and what to dismiss, and we usually surrender to the idea that all of this is just baseless rumors. However, some people take the opposite approach and believe everything. But, have you ever thought that these rumors might be the weapon these secret societies use to cover up their activities? On the morning of June 28, 1914, the Austro-Hungarian heir to the throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was visiting the Bosnian capital, Sarajevo. As his motorcade passed through the street leading to the parliament building, the Serbian officer Gavrilo Princip threw a bomb at the Archduke's car. However, it missed its target, and Franz survived the assassination attempt. The bomb that exploded injured some soldiers, and because of this, the Archduke decided to visit them in the hospital. Unfortunately for him, the Serbian officer Princip coincidentally happened to be in the same street he was passing through. As soon as Princip saw him, he immediately fired shots, killing him. This seemingly ordinary incident was the spark that ignited World War I, which claimed the lives of over 17 million people. But what does all of this have to do with secret societies? The truth is, the assassination of the Austro-Hungarian heir was not a mere coincidence but a conspiracy within a series of plots planned by the Black Hand Society. The Black Hand was a secret society composed of a group of prominent officers in the Serbian army. Their primary goal was to establish what they called Greater Serbia, or in other words, to annex territories in Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Macedonia into Serbian lands. This society was established in 1903, just 3 years after King Alexander I ascended to the throne of Serbia. At that time, Serbia was losing its standing among nations due to the weak personality of the new king. Because of this, a group of army officers decided to assassinate the king and his wife. The leader of this group was Colonel Dragutin Dmitrievich, also known as Apis. On June 10th, the royal palace was stormed by Dmitrievich and his men, resulting in the killing of the king, his wife, her brothers, the prime minister, and the minister of war. After this, Serbia entered a period of intense power struggles, which ultimately led to the military gaining significant influence over the country's governance. 7 years after the assassination, the military had almost complete control over the country, which encouraged Dmitrievich to take the most important step in establishing his secret society. In May 1911, Dmitrievich and 2 other high-ranking officers wrote the constitution for the new secret society, naming it Unification or Death. Dmitrievich chose the name Apis for himself, which refers to the sacred bull of ancient Egypt. After this, the aggressive activities of this secret society began. The activities of the Death Society lived up to its name, as anyone who appeared on the scene with goals opposing those of the society was eliminated. The Black Hand relied on assassinations to solve almost all political problems, whether the target was inside or outside Serbia. Since the Serbian military was in control of the government, the media portrayed the members of this society as national heroes, and anyone opposing their policies was labeled a traitor to Serbia. This narrative significantly increased the society's activities. However, in 1914, the members of this society made the biggest mistake of their lives by assassinating the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. This assassination deeply angered Austria, and Germany supported them in their war against Serbia. Consequently, the Russian Empire decided to support Serbia, and this was the spark that started World War I. By 1916, Serbian forces were losing all their battles against Austria, which led to the Russian Empire withdrawing its support for Serbia. This story turned Dmitrievich and his men from national heroes into villains, as the Serbs began to blame them for the destruction that befell Serbia and the world. Dmitrievich was arrested in December of the same year, convicted of high treason, and executed in 1917, bringing an end to the story of the Black Hand Society. It is worth mentioning that another secret society emerged in Egypt during the British occupation, also called the Black Hand. This society drew inspiration from the original Black Hand in Serbia and carried out many successful assassinations of British officers occupying Egypt. One of the most famous members of this society, who was later revealed to be associated with them, was the writer Abbas Mahmoud al-Akkad. If you're opposed to the ideas of conspiracy theories, and believe that the world is governed by a small group of politicians and businessmen, let me tell you that you might change your mind when you hear about the Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group is named after the Hotel de Bilderberg, located in the village of Oosterbeek in the Netherlands. This hotel witnessed the first meeting organized by Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands for the members of his society in May 1945. The primary and declared goal of the meeting was to discuss the most important economic and political issues in Europe and North America. The attendees numbered 130 people. Naturally, a million questions arise. Who are these 130 people, and on what basis were they chosen to discuss issues of such magnitude? Will the results of this meeting be made public? And many other questions related to the issues discussed. The main problem here is not the many questions but the answers provided by the founder of the society and its members. Prince Bernhard said that the society has no goal other than discussion, and no decisions, press releases or anything else will come out of it. The members of this society gather in a friendly, informal manner. Of course, these answers raised even more questions and suspicions, especially since the members of this society are the most prominent politicians, businessmen and financiers in Europe and North America. Indeed, the information we have about the Bilderberg Group is very limited, and the whole matter is shrouded in a great deal of mystery. The Rosicrucian Order is another secret society believed to have been established in a German Protestant church in the 17th century. The true founder of this society is still unknown, but many books written about the group suggest that it was a person named Christian Rosenkreuz. Although there is no evidence that Rosenkreuz was a real historical figure, the teachings of the group were passed down in one way or another until they reached the famous English writer Francis Bacon. Bacon found that these teachings aligned with his vision and philosophy, so he wrote about them in his book New Atlantis. This was the real starting point for the society. Bacon's writings about the society's ideas suggested that the group adopted a scientific approach to interpreting spiritual phenomena or any phenomenon in the universe in general. However, if we look at the beliefs of the Rosicrucian Order, we find that the story is quite different. The group's ideas were a mixture of Christianity, Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, ancient Egyptian beliefs, and some pseudosciences like alchemy. The group claimed that these were the true sciences, which had been hidden from the general public because not everyone was ready for enlightenment, which, in their view, meant fully understanding human potential and the truth behind all cosmic phenomena. As for the most controversial point, it is the group's connection to ancient Egyptian civilization. Followers of the Rosicrucian Order are obsessed with the knowledge and technological advancements achieved by the ancient Egyptians, to the extent that there is a museum of Egyptian artifacts dedicated to the society, located in San Jose, California, to this day. This museum contains over 2,000 genuine artifacts, and the members perform rituals for ancient Egyptian gods like Amun. Strangely, they even have an annual pilgrimage season where they visit the Great Pyramid and perform their rituals there. The strangest part is that we know nothing about these activities, even though they continue to this day. If I asked you where you think the Manhattan Project, the project that gave the United States its first atomic bomb, was planned, your answer would likely be that it was in a secret intelligence office or perhaps even the White House. But allow me to tell you that you are wrong. This meeting took place in a place where American presidents are often naked and more often than not, drunk. The Bohemian Grove is a place for one of the strangest secret societies. It is a secret club consisting of a group of men, not just any men, but high-ranking officials, former presidents, and some of the world's wealthiest individuals. They gather in a 2,700-acre camp to escape the pressures of life, as they claim. However, testimonies from many members of the society itself prove that this place is nothing more than a gathering for the world's elite to indulge in their desires and make important decisions away from the public eye. The testimony of former U.S. President Richard Nixon is the best evidence of this. In a press interview, Nixon literally said that he engaged in the most foolish things imaginable at the Bohemian Grove. Additionally, in 2000, footage of one of the strange ceremonies held there was leaked, showing members of the Grove burning a coffin containing a dummy in front of a large statue. When the footage was released, millions of questions were raised, and as usual, the answers were illogical. Officials claimed that it was just a celebration of nature and trees, but of course, no one believed them. That's it, we're done. Who made it this far? You guys are the best. Make sure to give us a like before you leave so we can see how many of you made it to the end. And don't forget, if you have any episode suggestions, drop them in the comments. Most of the cases we cover now come from your comments. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get our videos as soon as they come out.